All right, so without wasting any time, we are going to start our webinar right now. So as usual, for tonight's webinar, right, we are going to discuss about the non-farm payroll. So later today, you guys will be able to learn an analysis on non-farm payroll and decide what is the impact of the non-farm payroll and how will it affect the markets, especially for the dollar market, as well as the gold market. So this is a thing that we are going to discuss today. And then before we start, here is just a very small risk disclaimer. So tonight's webinar is intended for educational and informational purpose only, and participants shall not take it as financial or investment advice, nor a trading signal. So the accuracy and reliability of the information provided cannot be guaranteed. Q Prime and I hosting the sessions are not liable for any losses or damages resulting from the use of the information presented. Participants are responsible for independently verifying information and considering their own financial goals and risk tolerance. And just a kind reminder, Forex investment is considered high-risk asset, so you need to be aware from it. So this is just a very small risk disclaimer for you guys. And then now we are going to start the webinar right now. Just for your information, tonight we do have a very crucial economics data that are going to release later today. So I think we still have another one and a half hour. The NFP data is going to release, and then we can expect it should be provide a significant movement for the dollar as well as for the gold trend. Later we expect one by one. Why is the non-farm payroll as well as unemployment rate data so important for the global investor, global trader like us to focus on it? For new trader, it's very good for you to learn about the NFP also, because this data, NFP data, is going to release every month. So once you understand about it, you can able to trade for the NFP like every month. Every month we do have this event about the non-farm payroll. Okay, so this is a new highlight that we are going to discuss today. So first thing, just a brief understanding for new trader about what is the non-farm payroll, and then we will analyzing recent data trends. For example, we will look towards the previous US economics data and see and trying to forecast whether the NFP should be give a very good reading or bad reading later today. And then we will also let you guys, especially for new trader, to understand after the non-farm payroll data release, right, what is the impact in the market? How will it affect the trends for the dollar? And how will it affect the trends for the gold also? So for NFP trader, I think a lot of traders are quite interested to the gold market. Later, we will also do a very small analysis, especially technical analysis on the gold market. And then after the NFP, what do we need to focus in future? Okay, so this is a key highlight that we are going to discuss today. So for new trader, what is NFP? It's very simple for us to understand. So NFP is just one economics data, one jobs data that represent the comprehensive count of paid US workers across all business establishment, excluding general government employees, private households employees, employees of non-profit organization, and farm employees. Or to put in a very simple terms, NFP is one of the major jobs data, jobs indicator in the United States. By analyzing the NFP data, we will able to understand whether, as for now, right, the US economics outlook is good or not, whether there are a lot of people getting jobs in the United States or not. If yes, then this is the things that could be increase the confidence for the investor towards the US economics outlook. And then it will also indirectly increase the demands for the US dollar. So this is very important for the trader. So for new trader, NFP just linked to the jobs market in the United States. Good NFP data means good economic outlook in US. Good economic outlook in US will increase the demand. So this is a very short explanation. And then as for now, right, for this time NFP, right, a lot of economists are actually expecting the NFP should be improved because, right, on November, the actual reading of the non-farm payroll should be around 119K. And then recently, we do have a lot of economists forecast that the NFP is the result of NFP should be become better compared to the previous reading. And then they forecast NFP might be reaching around 170K, a significant improvement. So if the actual reading really better than the 170K, and then same with the unemployment rate data, this is a major thing that could be boosting up the US dollar and then reduce the appeal of the gold. So you can notice, right, before the NFP data release, right, the trends for the dollar has already started to experience certain rebound because a lot of even the economists are expecting the NFP to become better. So certain traders, they do their trade earlier. They try to do their trade earlier. This is a reason why dollar increase even before the data release. But for new trader, you need to be aware of it. Even though economists forecast the NFP data should become better than the previous reading, but sometimes their prediction will be wrong. And then this is the risk that you are going to take before the data release. So later I will also expand, it's better for us to trade before or after the non-farm payroll data. Okay, so just a brief understanding is currently economists are actually expecting the NFP will be give some positive reading, shows an improvement from 119K to 170K. So later we will be also checking whether the economists forecasts are correct or not and how can we analyze the markets. Okay, so this is a brief understanding. Later we will also talk about, okay, so now I will also let you guys to have a brief understanding about what is the relationship between the NFP as well as the trends for the US dollar. So for new, this is a keynote for new trader. So you need to understand that non-farm payroll should be considered as one of the jobs data in the United States. If NFP is very good, it means that the hiring activity in the United States are very good. So a lot of people are getting jobs in the United States. When a lot of people are getting jobs, right, of course, economies will become better because a lot of workers are getting salary, then they will start to spend their money with their salary. So personal spending will increase and end up it will also increase the inflation as well as the economics outlook in the United States. To put in a very simple terms, better NFP data means better US economics outlook. Or if you want to put it in a more experienced or more expert tone, is when the NFP data reading are very, very good, it will increase the inflation in the United States. So the inflation means that the price of the goods sold in the United States, everything linked to the price of the good, it means inflation. So when the price of the goods increase, right, inflation will increase. And then Federal Reserve will likely to take certain actions to control the inflation by increasing the interest rates. So this is everything is linked one. So it's just not like after you understand NFP, then you just ignore everything because the economy process are linked all together. So first thing we need to understand is if NFP better, a lot of people are spending. So when a lot of people are spending, cost of goods sold will be increased. It means that inflation is going to increase. So when the inflation increase, right, the price become very expensive in the United States. The Fed should be control it by increasing the interest rates. This is a thing that happens in 2023, and then this is also the things 2023, 2022 after the COVID economy outlook become very, very good, a lot of people start to spend their money aggressively. This is the reason why US inflation increased, like almost hitting or hit more than 10% on last year. And then Federal Reserve decided to increase the interest rates. And then this is a proof after the inflation's increase, right? And then Fed decided to increase the interest rates, overall trends for the dollar to increase aggressively in 2023. But after that, right, because the US economy already slowed down, inflation already slowed down, then this is the reason why the Fed decided to pause the interest rates. If you got notice on the financial news recently, right, you can see that a lot of economists, even the Federal Reserve, are expecting they should be considered to pause the interest rates or even lower down the interest rates by the first quarter of 2024. So these news, these rumors from the Fed regarding pausing as well as reduce the interest rate in 2024 is the main reason that caused the dollar to drop further, so drop aggressively. So whether the point of view regarding the interest rate decisions, right, will change or not is highly depends on the economics data. So as for now, because recently most of the US economics data provides some negative reading, Fed keeps saying that they are going to cut the interest rates because economics outlook are bad. So for new trader, cutting interest rates normally will reduce the appeal of the currency, or put in a simple terms is when you notice the central bank decide to cut the interest rates, their currency will normally drop one. So this is according to economists. And then some financial knowledge. Cutting interest rates, currency is going to drop. So when we do have this kind of news, right, recently, right, about the Fed cutting interest rate, this is the main reason why the dollar dropped. But end up in the early year of the 2024, past few days, you can notice dollar are actually experiencing a significant rebound and then retest back on this downward channel upward line. So why is this happen? Why is the dollar rebound? Even though the Fed say they are going to cut the interest rates, then we need to move on towards the recent economics data lah. So you can see that recently, right? Most of the US economics data, their reading are much better than the market expectation. So this is a historical data from the United States, or to put in a better condition, you can look at here. So you can see that recently, most of the US economics data are in better than the market expectation. This is mostly jobs data. You can notice, according to the historical jobs data, only one JLTS job opening are worse than the market expectations, but others is much better than the market expectation. So after this kind of economics data released, right, during the first week of the 2024, certain economies, certain traders suddenly start to have some confidence towards the US economy already. They suddenly think that, is it the US economy growth should become better than the previously expected because of this is economics data. So when they expect the economy is going to become better and better, right, so they will decide to increase their demand for the dollar. So this is the main reason why. Just a brief explanation about what happened to the dollar. So this is the reason why dollar increased in the early of the 2024, even though Federal Reserve keeps saying they want to cut their interest rates. So because of the recent economics data are better. But in future front, right, this historical data cannot 100% prove the trends for the dollar in 2024. So for new trader, right, what you need to understand in 2024 is long-term trends for the dollar as for now should become not that good, because a lot of Federal Reserve members saying that they are going to cutting their interest rates. So whether the Fed is going to cut the interest rate or not, right, it highly depends on the data. So you need to highly focus on the data. So even though, right, the first week of the January, most of the data are better than market expectations, but maybe next week or next month, the data should be changed. And even the data worse than the market expectations, what you need to focus is Federal Reserve statement, whether they will decide to cut the interest rates. Once the Federal Reserve decide to cut the interest rates, we could expect the movement for the dollar should be continue to extend its losses. So this is the crucial 2024 outlook. So this is a statement not from me. This is a statement from the Federal Reserve member, even Jerome Powell, and then according to CME Fed Watch 2 also, a lot of people are expecting the Fed should be considered to cutting the interest rates. So this is a highly focused thing. And then what is the relationship between the NFP compared with the interest rate decision from the Fed? So NFP is just the first step of deciding whether the Federal Reserve is going to cut the interest rate or not. If NFP is very good, right, then we can expect economies better, inflation will increase, and then we can slowly expect the Fed should be considered to increase or lower down the interest rates. If the NFP is very bad in 2024, then means that economic outlook in US is not that good. Inflation will slow down or ease down, and then the Fed will provide more dovish tone or decrease the interest rates more. So this is a thing will also cause the dollar to drop further. So remember, NFP is just a start of the 2024. So after the NFP, you need to focus on other things like more of the US economics data, like US GDP data, US manufacturing data, and then especially US inflation data, which is the CPI data. It's also very important that for us to focus on it. So before this data release, right, NFP is considered one of the first crucial data in the 2024. Okay, so I hope I give you guys a brief understanding about what to expect for the dollar trends on 2024. It's not only solely on NFP. You need to link NFP towards more and more things in the 2024. So how can we forecast the NFP data? So whether this time the NFP data is going to become better or not, I think a lot of people want to hear it also. So I already summarized out the reason US economics data. This is mostly focused on the US jobs data. You can see that US initial jobs claim, ISM manufacturing employment, GRTS job opening. This is all the jobs data. So how can we forecast NFP, right? We are trying to look at the previous jobs economics data from the United States and trying to identify whether the jobs market in the US is good or not. After you identify it, you're trying to predict whether the NFP is good or not. So this will only increase the probability for you. to say that will only increase the probability for you to predict the NFP, but of course, this is not 100%. So you can notice, right, a lot of US economics data previously, just a kind of reminder, especially for new trader, US initial jurors claims, right, you can see that the reading lower than the forecast. Why is it good? So just a brief explanation for US initial jurors claim. So US initial jurors claim are the jobless benefits that the unemployed people to claim from the government. So when the US initial jurors claim lower, right, it means that lower people are unemployed in the United States, and then lesser people to claim from the government. And put in a very simple terms, lower initial jurors claim are actually goods for the US economy. So this is an explanation. So this is the reason why actual reading for an initial jurors claim is 202K. The reading also lower than the forecast. It's actually good. So not only initial jurors claim, you can notice ISM manufacturing employments, US ADP non-farm employment change, continuing jobless claim are all better and better than the market expectations. And then economists are also expecting the NFP should become better, 170K. Higher than the previous reading. So this is the things that can increase the probability that the NFP tonight should provide certain positive reading. And then this is the main reason that caused the dollar to increase more. But of course, I believe that we do have a lot of experienced trader right here. You can also notice that even though all of this data provides some better than the market expectation reading, but sometimes the NFP data will be suddenly worse than the market expectations one, or even lower than the previous reading. When this thing happens, right, this is something what we call the unexpected things. So when this thing happens, right, we can expect there should have some significant movement for the dollar. Dollar should be experience a significant retracement after the NFP shows some negative reading, and then it will be also increase the chances for the gold to suddenly rebound back. So this is what we call the unexpected thing. So it depends on what kind of trader you are. If you really love risk, you love something like think out of the box. You say that, oh, everyone think the NFP is good, but what if the NFP is wrong? And then if you are right, you can actually gain more compared to the NFP is good predictions, okay? Because you are different from the market. So when NFP is suddenly worse than the market expectations, right? Because a lot of people already take reaction like selling gold, but suddenly NFP bad is worse than market expectation, then we can expect it should provide certain bullish momentum on the gold market. So your return should be higher compared to you do your short positions on the gold, because you are taking higher risk, because higher probability that NFP should become better. And then if you want to take a lower probability of the bets, of course, your risk higher, your return should be considered higher also. And then this is just a brief understanding for you guys. And then for new trader, right, it's advisable for you to monitor the trend instead of just enter the market. It's better for you to have some patience and wait until the data release first before you do your trades. Okay, so it's better for you to wait until NFP result come out, and then you monitor on the chart, see whether it will break below or break above the resistance level, then you trade on it. This is for the new trader. But for those traders who really love risk, they love high risk, high return, then you can try to trade even before the NFP data come out. But I need to warn you, NFP could provide a significant movement on the gold market. So you need to highly aware of it. Later, we will try to have a brief explanation on the trends for the gold later. Okay. So now we are going to move on towards the dollar. Certain people don't understand what is the dollar index. To put in a very simple term, is dollar index is a measure of the value of the dollar relative to the basket of foreign currency. So the trends for the US dollar, right, it could be quite similar with the dollar index. So if NFP data is better than the market expectations, dollar index should be expected to increase, and then others dollar relative products should be dropped. But normally, right, a lot of traders will trying to use the trends for the dollar and trying to forecast others assets like gold. Gold is the main thing investor will trying to link. So you can try to understand the dollar trend and then link towards gold. So when dollar increase, right, it will increase the probability that the gold market will be dropping also. Okay, so this is a brief understanding. You don't say that why NFP data better, gold dollar go up, but go down. Their relationship are negative correlated. You need to remember it. So normally when dollar go up, gold price should be dropping. Okay, so this is the relation. And then let's look at the US economics data recently. It's not only jobs data lah. If you're going to have a bigger picture, we need to look more and more economics data from the United States. So you can see that overall economics data from the United States are quite mixed. We don't have a very solid reason that the fundamental for US is very good, because you can, if you look at the economics data, it's very mixed. So what the trader need to do is we need to focus on more and more data in future. So even you bet now, right? I don't think that it should be very good for you to consider long-term trading, because you can see that suddenly on Wednesday, most of the data are negative, but suddenly Tuesday, the data suddenly become better. So the trends for the gold out, the dollar are very mixed and uncertain. And then if you want to link the data towards the gold, right, you can see that gold can consider remain flat in this region, because economics data are very mixed. So it's better for you when you look at this kind of consolidated range, right? It's better for you to have some patience and wait until it successfully breaks below or above the resistance level to have a clearer directions on it. So if you don't love risk and then you don't want to keep trading, right, it's better for you to have some patience and then keep focusing on this region and then focus on the US economics data. So when more and more economics data are showing that US economics are currently better and better in future, right, then gold should be dropping more. And when that time comes, then you can slowly consider short positions on the gold. It doesn't mean that you insist need to trade now or even after the NFP. Sometimes patience is also the key for you to success in the trading journey. Okay. So now we are going to analyze on a few technical analysis, let you guys understand what happens, what should the goal move after the NFP and before the NFP. It's just an opinion lah. So recently, right, this is the gold chart, and then this is a H1 gold. You can see that recently overall trends for the gold, right, are consolidated. As we mentioned just now, because suddenly or previously we do have some negative US economics data that caused dollar to increase, but suddenly on yesterday market, we do have certain economics data like ADP, initial claim, better than the market expectation. That's why dollar go up and then gold price go down. And then a lot of investors trying to do their trades even before the NFP come out. Because, right, as we mentioned just now, the probability for the NFP should become better than the market expectations according to the economists as well as the historical data. That's why certain traders decide to enter their market earlier, even the economics data release. But I need to warn you again, this is not 100% true, because it will only increase the probability. And then if you love risk, right, you can do something that different from the market. So if you are correct, right, your return should be high. But of course, you are betting against a very low probability event that's going to happen. Okay, so you need to aware of it. So I don't rule out for the possibility for you to do your long position, your short position. It's just, you just need to control your risk appetite. So it's also not bad that for you to consider your long positions, because you are betting against a lower probability things to happen, but higher return things. Okay. But for new trader, this is advice for new trader. You need to aware of it. It's better for you if you first time to trade an NFP, right? It's better for you to monitor on the chart first, because you can experience the roller coaster of the NFP. So the charts normally will like move upside down aggressively one. So new trader, you can just experience it, but it doesn't mean you need to do your trades before then. You can experience it first and slowly when you have certain confidence, and then you're able to control your risk appetite nicely, then it's time for you to enter. But for old trader, it's better for you to continue monitoring the support level around 2040, because you can notice, right, previously after it's touched, it starts to rebound. Now it's touching again. So if this gold charts successfully break below 2040, and then if the non-farm payroll, just a kindly reminder, yeah, it's not just non-farm payroll you need to focus, yeah. Non-farm payroll as well as unemployment rate, these two data are very important for you to focus. So if this NFP better than the market expectation, unemployment rate also better or lower than the market expectations, right? This is a thing that can cause the dollar to go up aggressively. Then if the gold price successfully break below 2040, then we can expect it will likely to extend its losses. Next target level should be around 2030 according to the H1 charts, because we are using the historical charts movement now. So it might be reached around here, but you need to aware of it, and then you need to make sure it's really break below and the NFP is better. So two data that you need to focus on it. Some people might ask me, what if NFP is good, unemployment rate is bad? What can we expect in the gold trend? So when this thing happen, right, suddenly NFP is good, unemployment rate is bad, two mixed economics data, right? So what you need to do is you need to continue monitoring the trend, because normally, right, if this data happens, mixed data happens, it will keep consolidate in certain strength until certain breakout. We cannot say that whether it will go up or go down. You need to continue monitor the charts until it successfully break any support level or resistance level. Then only will increase your confidence to trade on it. But normally, right, if there are a mixed data, it's highly recommended for you to not to trade or maybe wait until next week, because very high volatilities if things happens like that. Okay, so yeah, and then if you are some extraordinary trader, you don't like to follow the market, you see that our market are expecting NFP is better, but I want to bet against other things, then still can. Then you can consider long positions. Short-term resistance level that you can focus on it should be around 2050. And then because according to the previous resistance level have been drawn for you guys also. So one is break above again 2050, then next target 2060 is also another main resistance level that we can focus on it. Okay, but you can set your stop loss easily. So one is break below 2040, you can stop loss already. But of course, NFP movement are very high. Sometimes it will reach your stop loss, then suddenly go up one. So it will be advisable again for you guys is trading during NFP consider high risk event. So you need to avoid of a risk appetite. If you really cannot control your emotion and risk during this kind of trade, it's better for you to not trade during NFP, or you wait after the NFP data release, or then you slowly focus next week. Okay, so NFP is just one of the event. You cannot think like after NFP no chance for me to trade already. No, NFP is just start of the 2024. In the whole year, right, we do have tons of the event. So certain new trader, you can wait and then you can monitor the charts. Then slowly when you're ready, then you move on to next NFP and then trade during that day. But certain trader love risk. They want to trade every high volatility event. Then this is the suggestions. No matter you want to short or buy, also can. Depends on your risk appetite and then your trading style. Certain trader don't like same with other people. Certain trader will like follow the market. So depends on the style. Okay, so short term 2040 strong support level. Next support level 2030. For long goal trader, short term 2050. Next level should be 2060. Hope I provide a clear clarifications for the gold trends for you guys. Now I think